I wish I'd known these health secrets sooner. If I'd known these health truths 15 years ago, I could have saved myself a small fortune and my sanity and an awkward phase with celery juice. Hi everyone. So today I thought I'd do something a little different. This isn't going to be a top 5 superfoods video or 10 things that will magically save your mornings, and I'm not going to tell you how to start your day for a brilliant night's sleep either, although top tip, do get morning light in your eyes, really important. No lists, no superfoods, no biohacks, just me in the car with Mikey the Jack Russell. He's in the back. Mikey, you in the back? He's a good boy. What are you doing? Get down, get off the door. Oh, very good. You don't want the door being scratched. Got my electrolytes and some brutal honesty. I want to tell you my health story. Sorry if you've heard it before. If you've ever felt like you're doing everything right and all the things, but you still feel that absolute dog poo, then yep, I've been there. I've got the t-shirt. Blimey, I lived there. I had not just the t-shirt, I had the full VIP gold membership package. I didn't get into wellness because I was some glowy green goddess living on spinach smoothies and practicing yoga and good vibes. God, no, far from it. I got into it because I was really achy and painful joints and bloating and fluctuating between 10 and 20 pounds overweight and year on year, and just running on cortisol and quinoa, and just generally feeling like I just couldn't for the life of me figure out why I felt like that and how to fix it. And let me tell you right now, most of what I tried did not work. So let's rewind to what I now call the Pinterest health mode, or the Pinterest health phase. I was in my early 40s and I was right there treating health like an aesthetic. I did the whole thing. I did the clean girl energy, the oat milk cappuccinos and the avocado gluten-free sourdough toasts and the pokey bowls that looked like artwork. But meanwhile, I was either bloody starving or binging, or I had the energy of a sloth, or I was still Googling, why do I look 6 months pregnant after every meal? I went totally gluten-free for a decade. A decade. I mean, I really went for it. I really tried hard with the whole gluten-free thing. And that wasn't fun. And then I tried being vegan for 6 months. Made no difference. And then I tried paleo, then I tried intuitive eating, but only if my intuition fancied almond butter on linseed cake. And regret. Linseed cake and regret. My kitchen had drawers and cupboards that were so full of ingredients. Most of them you'd never have heard the names of. I mean, most of them I'd never heard the names of. I mean, there's just a whole cornucopia of things you can use to replace wheat. But you can still make cakes and bread. And I had them all. My supplement cupboard, it looked like Holland Barrett had got together with a pharmacy and had a chaotic little child. Just crazy. I just kept thinking, if I could find the thing, I could find the answer if I take this supplement or try that thing or try something else. And I just tried and tried and tried, and like I said, most of it, none of it worked. And that, my friends, was what I now call the beginning of the great rabbit hole era. You name the rabbit hole, I'd sprinted down it. Oh, it's a bumpy old road. Gut health and hormones and biohacking and coffee enemas. I thought those were a good idea, and somehow I also thought I was thinking clearly. Hilarious, right? That weird celery juice phase of which we will not speak. I was following all the experts who made everything look magical, while I was in the corner feeling overwhelmed and... Let's get around this rather sharp hairpin bend. There's a lot of hairpin bends in mountains. While I was just feeling overwhelmed and in the corner, eating the rainbow, wondering why it was giving me rainbow gas and rainbow bloating. And I thought I was doing everything right. But my body was just not on board with it, not on board with any of it. Honestly, I was pretty confused because, oh God, I'm very, very fed up. Because things were just getting worse year after year. Nothing was getting better. I was just, all the symptoms there were more symptoms than I had to start with. And after menopause finished, and then I'd been a decade, I'd been gluten-free, and now I'm 20 pounds heavier and no closer to the truth as to what am I eating that causes all these problems? Because I always thought it was something to do with what I was eating. So I wasn't taking any medication. I completely eschewed that many years ago. So it wasn't to do with medications interacting. It was just that I just knew that if I could find the right food, then it would all get better. I just didn't know what that was. So I wish I could tell you that there was just this dramatic light bulb moment when one day I woke up and drank bone broth and my whole body was healed. But no, it wasn't quite like that. But it was a bunch of little things, tiny realizations that just added up over time. Health isn't a checklist. That was the first one. So I realised it's not about ticking boxes and tracking macros and out supplementing stress. It's definitely not about spending half your salary on powders you can't pronounce that you start taking and they usually taste disgusting and then you give up on them and try something else. It's definitely not about that. It's not about doing cold plunges just because the algorithm or some influencer told you to, and it's not about becoming a part-time nutritionist just to survive your breakfast, just to be able to get all the things in to make sure you're eating right. It's not about any of that. It's about how I feel, my body, my energy, my mood, even my sense of humour. And I'm trying really hard not to go down the route of telling dad jokes like Simon seems to be evolving into. He's 60 now, so he's allowed to tell dad jokes. God, he's almost allowed to tell granddad jokes, except we aren't grandparents yet. And the really big one, the really big one, everyone's version of healthy looks entirely different. Is different. Because there is no one size fits all. There just isn't. There's no magic food. There's no correct way to eat or live or be well. It's just only about what works for you. It's not about any more than that, because we are all entirely different. I mean, identical twins are the closest thing we have to similar humans, and even they're wildly different from each other. You can have twins who've grown up in the same household eating the same food, obviously from the same mother, because they're twins, and their bodies will be entirely different. They might look most similar, but you look at things like their microbiome, and it will be each one of them will have a totally different selection of bugs living inside them. That's what your microbiome is. So where am I now? Where have I got to? Well, geographically, I've just got to La Massana, where I live. But where have I got to health-wise? Honestly, I'm in a place... What is it, Mikey? I'm in a place where I trust my body much more than I used to. Where I eat real food, single ingredients, as often as possible. Yeah, sometimes I eat things which aren't, sometimes I eat processed foods, but I don't beat myself up about it anymore. They say that if you stick to a kind of 80-20 ratio, meaning 80% of the time you do the right thing, you eat perfectly for you, you do all the tips and tricks, all the protocols. You can afford to off-road 20% of the time, but I think that depends on where you are with your own health. I don't like to go off-roading as much as 20% because I just don't think I'm quite there yet. But sometimes I do. Sometimes I drink sparkling pink champagne and really enjoy it. Except here we call it cava because I live just between France and Spain. We don't have we have less prosecco, more cava. I'm now in a place where I eat the real foods, mostly single ingredients, where sleep has become my main form of self-care, and I mean possibly my favourite hobby, because I used to think it was a waste of time, and now I focus more on how I feel than how my plate looks on Instagram. Do I still try the occasional weird trends? Well, yeah, of course I do. I'm not a monster. But now I approach them with curiosity rather than desperation, which is how it used to be. I'm not chasing perfection anymore. I'm chasing balance and energy. And when I get it wrong, oh, come on out then, I'll just wait here for you. Oh, you're welcome. There's not a lot of thanking you for things here when you're driving. It's like they get behind the wheel and all the thoughts of bon dia and buenas tardes are all, they all go by the by. I'm chasing balance and energy and ease. Easiness. I want everything to be easy. I haven't got time for difficulties anymore. God, I'm 56 for goodness sake. And when I get it wrong, I don't spiral, I don't beat myself up. That's a big one. I used to have, as I think I've mentioned before, terrible eating disorder, which I've pushed into remission. Don't have that problem anymore, but it was there for a very long time, since I was a teenager, in fact. So when I get it wrong, I don't spiral. I just eat some protein, have some good fats, and maybe have a fast. Maybe do a fast if I've been away for the weekend and I've had a few too many slip-ups, or not slip-ups, because I don't want to label any food as good food or bad food. Although obviously I do think that processed foods are bad, but I don't want to feel bad or make myself feel bad anymore if I've made mistakes, because honestly, life's too short for that. I just want to take a breath and move on. And that's what I encourage all of you to do. Mikey, what is the matter? What is all the squeaking about? And that, my friend, is why I make these videos. Because honestly, I wish someone had taken me by the hand all those years ago, much earlier, and told me all of this. I wish someone who I could have trusted implicitly, like a fairy godmother of health. I wish that person had said to me, hey, you don't need to be perfect to be well. You can bin the expensive powders and the supplements and you'll still feel amazing. If you nourish yourself with the right foods, if you move in the right way, if you treat your sleep like it's your pension plan, which it kind of is. It's okay not to vibe with spinach and kale. So now I share what I've learned, and that is from the wins and all the face plants, and not because I've got it all figured out, not because I'm the world leading expert on anything, because it's a dark tunnel. Let's just get out of that dark tunnel so you can still see me. Not because I've got it all figured out, not because I'm the world's leading expert, because of course I'm not, but because I've made so many mistakes, and because along the way I also learned that if you can't make mistakes, you can't make anything. Such a good expression, that one. And now I get to help you find your version of health without falling down all those rabbit holes like I did. So if you're somewhere out there on that journey and you're feeling bloated or burnt out or exhausted or fat or frumpy or invisible like I did, or just totally confused by all the bloody conflicting advice out there, please stick around, because I've got hundreds and hundreds of practical tips. Oh, my back windscreen wipers on, what's that all about? There we go. Things I've tried, stuff I've learned, knowledge that I've gained from working with my clients, with my colleagues, from years and years of experience, good ones, bad ones, crazy ones, real talk, and yes, probably more videos filmed in my car. Oh, stop at the crossing for the ladies. More videos filmed in my car with my flask full of electrolytes. And if you'd like even more behind the scenes stories and subscriber only tips, please join my email list, my private email list. The link's in the video description. This is brand new, and hopefully it works, because I've only just set it up and I'm not renowned for my technology skills. In fact, if pressing random buttons was a strategy, Mikey's the Jack Russell, Mikey and I would both be IT consultants by now. So hit subscribe and like if you haven't already. Drop me a comment in the comments below. Drop me a comment if any of this resonated with you. And maybe send it to a friend who's currently neck deep in the kale and confusion phase. And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you, and hopefully I will see you on my next video. And if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these two next. And I can do this because I'm stopped at a red light. And I always forget to do it. Check out one of these two links next. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.